Hello, sir, Mr. Uruak.
Yes, good evening, ma.
Good evening, sir. Sorry, you can start. It's already 8. The rest of the people will join us.
Okay, please, I sincerely
Yes, sir. Thank you,
apologize.
sir.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. We can see your screen, sir.
Okay, please, what's on the screen?
Content contribution and motion and promotion.
Okay, please, can I be heard very clearly? Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, happy Sunday to everyone and happy weekend.
We wish you
Okay,
the
so
same.
thank you. I sincerely apologize to everybody for coming behind schedule. I sincerely apologize. In my head, I thought that the class is going to be 8 p.m. I thought the class was scheduled for 8 p.m. So I was actually targeting 8 p.m. So I sincerely apologize, please. And I'm sure my lines were trying to be reached, were tried to be reached, but my other phone is down. I sincerely apologize, please. Um, Today's class is the last for this particular session, and we were treating content as a topic, and content in regards to other parts of it. We started with content creation and development, how to develop content, how to consider your audience, how to make it suitable, or how to churn it to meet the taste or demand of your audience. And yesterday we treated um, strategy and planning, right? That you don't just sleep and wake up and write a content. You need to have strategy around it and plan it quite well for it to be quite suitable and appealing. And today we are going to handle content distribution and promotion. How can you distribute your content across board, and how can you promote it as well? That's what our discussion is going to be today. So please, I can't. Some of my devices are down. I can't see my in message. So please, if you have any reason for it to drag my attention, we can interrupt and talk. Thank you. Definition and importance of distribution and digital marketing. I'm trying to explain what is the importance of content distribution. Basically, content is all about digital marketing. Everybody writes for a particular aim. You're trying to either sell a product, cross sell a product, or create awareness about a product. So this is in a way known for or known as digital marketing. So the process of sharing and delivering your content across various platforms online to make sure that your target audience are being reached is known as content distribution rather. It ensures that valuable content doesn't just exist, but it is seen and engaged with. And that should be the goal of every content, making sure that your content is seen, that is, has achieved the visibility test, and as a return or in turn, people tend to engage with it, either via likes, retweets, comments, reposting, and what have you. So, distribution actually ensure that your contents are not just created, but you can achieve the target or the goal, which is audience engagement. Now we have the different distribution channels. We have the owned media, the earned media, and the paid media. All right, the owned media, the earned media, and the paid media. And though not in this class, there's a particular class that we could consider these different other types of media: the print media, the visual media, the audio media, right? So, but not for this class. So in this class, we're going to consider the distribution channels, which are, as I mentioned, the owned media, the earned media and the paid media. Now, owned media are website, blog, social media, page, social media, newsletters, and the likes. Now, these medias or medium are actually owned by people, by businesses, right? By individuals. It's private. It's owned by people, so you can choose to go and advertise on those platforms or push your content to those platforms. Let's say now let's use a popular blog like the Linda EKG blog. If you want your content to fly on such blog, you go to the owner, right? Because it's not your blog. You go to the owner and request for access or perhaps negotiate for how your posts or content can fly on that media. That's why it's known as owned media. Then earned media, we have PR coverage, we have user generated content, then we have mentions. Now, based on recent developments and current improvements on the social media world, you can see that people can mention your brand, people can tag it to a post, people can mention your brand to a content, to a request, to an application, or to an information or something. And these mentions alone, it brings visibility depending on the platform or depending on who's or who mentions you, or depending on what you intend to achieve. So all this end media is a different kind of space on its own that you should know how you can fully utilize. Then we also have PR coverage. Now, PR coverage is quite wide, and it depends on how you want to fly your. Some people can choose to use um, influencers. Some people can choose to use influencers for PR, right? And some people can tend to use or can choose to use big brands for their PR coverage. Now, going further too, people can also want to use billboards. They are still kind of PR, public relations. That kind of PR, what people know about you, how you want the public to connect with either you, your person, or your brand. Yes, so all these platforms are quite important, and as content writers, content creators, we should know how to leverage on these platforms. Now we have the paid media, and this is very popular though. We have the ads, that's advertisements or paid ads. Then we have the sponsored posts, we have influencer promotions and all of that. Okay, let's just assume you're scrolling through Facebook. You see something just pop up, or you are just scrolling through an app or something, you just see a pop-up, and it could be a graphic design, it could be a graphic post selling a particular business. All these things they happen. Right? So even like you're scrolling through Facebook or scrolling through Twitter, you just see a pop-up that is trying to sell a particular business to you, right? So all of these ones are seen as paid ads. That's a different way you can make your content fly, to reach wider visibility and audience. Right. We have several content promotion strategies, and one of them is using SEO and keywords to boost visibility, leveraging social media and email marketing, collaborations, partnerships, and influencer outreach. Okay. Now, for some of us that started this class with us since Friday, we took time to explain what SEO is. SEO for full is search engine optimization. Search engine optimization. Now, this makes your content, your posts visible. It gives your post that advantage that when a related keyword is searched about that's related to your post or related to your business or your brand, when it's searched online, say search engine or on a social media platform, it gives your posts, your brand, your name an advantage to appear on either the first page or the second page, or it's going to rank among the first 10, you know, uploads or content that might appear. That's the advantage of SEO. So there are technicalities involved in making sure that your SEO is highly ranked, your SEO flies. Now, the bottom line of this is to achieve visibility, right? Just like, simply put, just like if you go online now and you want to go and you want to, maybe you're looking for you're looking for let's say a phone, or let's say a reliable laptop. When you just go online and type reliable laptops to use, you see that HP is going to rank. You see that Dell is going to come up, right? Those two laptops, then perhaps um maybe iPad and all of that, all those i products. So definitely you see HP rank because HP has a lot of write-ups, a lot of posts, blog posts, articles that's concerning it, right? So anytime you search reliable laptop, for instance, you see HP come up. Yeah, so that's the advantage of SEO. They've been able to, key in a lot of content in a very technical way that anytime you mention laptop, their brand actually comes up. So that's the essence of using SEO and keywords to boost visibility. Then also you can leverage on social media and email marketing. Apart from using different social media to post, like to make wide posts, we have email marketing. Now, what is email marketing? Email marketing involves sending tailored or personalized emails to various emails that you don't know, email addresses, selling your products, your business, your service. That is email marketing. Trying to market a product using email, via email, or via the email platform, right? That's basically email marketing. So the procedures involved in email marketing just involve coming up with a template, creating an account with an email marketing software. Most people like using Mailchimp. It's easy and has a simple interface, while others could use maybe Zodex and other personalized softwares. And after creating an account, you can now start sending. You can extract people email. This is one of the most difficult parts. How you can get emails that are correct, that are not spams, right? How you can get thousands of emails that you can send, thousands of email addresses rather that you can send emails to. So how you can extract email addresses, that's very key. You should know about that. Then after being able to extract emails or email addresses, now start sending the emails and try to monitor them. How many has been delivered, how many has been opened, how many has been bounced, and all of that. So that's what email marketing is all about. Then we have collaborations, partnerships, and influencer outreach. Remember, I'm trying to explain how we can promote our content, how we can achieve visibility online. I said we have collaborations, partnerships, and influencer outreach. Like basically when some people post, they tag some people. Like they tag other sets of friends or community members to making sure that people on their TL, their timeline can also see their posts. That's known as collaboration. Then partnership too can also involve maybe two brands coming together. Anytime brand A posts, the people at brand B or brand C repost on his behalf, right? Let's just say I post, then Mudisha comes and reposts that particular post of mine on our own platform. Then anytime Mudisha also posts, I also reciprocate same. So that's known as collaboration or partnerships. They are all synonyms. Then we have influencer outreach. Most people pay influencers, celebrities, and all of that to post their flyers or their content so that it could reach wider audience. Right. So what are the tools we need to consider for content distribution? What are the tools that we need to consider for content distribution? There are a couple of tools, personalized softwares, AIs, and all of that. But I just had to streamline to the popular ones, easy to use, and I think free to use as well. That's what I consider. So, Buffer, it's a social media management tool that helps to schedule, publish, and analyze posts across multiple platforms. Yeah, Buffer is there. Then Buffer can be compared to Meta Suit, right? I'm just trying to get the appropriate name, but I know it starts with Meta. With that, you can schedule your post, you can publish it at when do you, and you can also analyze engagement. Yeah, that's what Buffer also does. That Meta Suit also does that on Facebook. You can also, I think that Meta Suit can also works for both Facebook and Instagram, right? So that's how Buffer works. You can with Buffer you can schedule your post. Let's say you were to post something, you want something to fly by midnight based on your audience. Some people are targeting foreign audience, for instance. So when it's night here, it could be day there or vice versa. So you want it to fly by night, and perhaps you're not going to be active by night. So you can go online, write the content, attach the graphics, then you schedule it for that particular time you want it to fly. I'll publish, right? Or I mean that particular time you want it to be published. So that's what Buffer helps you do. Metasuite also helps you do that too. And in the long run, you can also analyze, see the feedback. I mean, what's the engagement on your post, right? How many persons saw it at what time of the day, and what's maybe demographic of people actually engage with my post. Is it children? Is it adults? Were they students? So all these feedbacks helps you to streamline and tweak your post to gain more visibility going forward. We also have Hootsuite. Hootsuite does the same um duty of Buffer. They are quite similar, right? Um, for me to explain further, what the advantage these platforms gives is that you can integrate your several social media platform on Hootsuite or even Buffer, then you can monitor all of them from one spot. Yes, that's the advantage. That means what I mean by that is this: you can sign up your Instagram, your Facebook, your Twitter, and let's just say you are a digital marketer, or let's just say you are a content writer for several companies, or you are a content writer for several products, and you have access to their social media page, excuse me. You can bring all of them in one position, schedule post, and also have a bird eye view, like monitor your posts, right? So that's the advantage all of this software brings to you. Now, I made mention of MailChimp earlier, and I said is for email marketing, creation, automation, and how you can analyze your email campaigns. Now, as I said, you need to create an account, and this creation can also mean create an email. Then this automate is the process of setting when you want this email to fly. You automate them, you schedule them, you control some indices based on your own options, based on your own preferences. Then you also go ahead to analyze the emails. As I said, how many were received, how many were opened, how many were bounced, and all of that. That's what MailChimp help you to achieve. Good. Also, other tools you need to know or get familiar with as a content distributor or a content writer is HubSpot. HubSpot is very popular. Yeah, HubSpot is very popular. Now, what HubSpot does is it blends both social media management and sales together. You have a touch of CRM in it too, like as a maybe for those that want to reach out to customers and all of that. But it's the basics is that it blends both marketing and sales together. That's marketing, that's content, then sales. You can monitor your engagement. You can see how many persons have been able to convert. Like I made mention of lead generation and lead conversion earlier in our class. Now, lead generation is how many persons showed interest, right? Just like after making a post and on the post, the call to action was The call to action was sign up or download. And perhaps out of 20 persons that viewed your post, 10 persons signed up, they indicated interest, they gave you feedback. Then out of that 10 persons that indicated interest, you're able to follow up, and you had 5 persons that actually bought your item. They were moved from purpose of from they moved from the aspect of interest to being a final buyer, a final consumer, a customer. So that's what Hotspot does. It helps you monitor people that have indicated interest in your product and people that have moved from just indicating interest to consuming, to purchasing, to buying your product. That's the tweak. That's the advantage Hotspot brings on board. Now we have Google Ads. This, I think all of us are quite familiar with this. It's quite popular. I'm sure when you open your app, when you open your website, your Facebook, everywhere you see people advertising. Now I think the current guys that are quite lousy almost everywhere is Fair Money. With due respect to that brand, Fair Money, OP, and all of that. Everywhere you go, you see those guys. So if you want to borrow 10 naira, you need to all of that. So they are leveraging on Google Ads, for instance. Now these are Google Ads work. When you run your ads on Google with Google, Google now um try to channel your ads to app or sites that are quite relevant with the advantage of there's this keyword I'm looking for. They use with the advantage of data though, they use data analysis to know how many persons demographic like a particular kind of content. Yes, I was looking for the word algorithm. Yeah, with Facebook algorithm, for instance, or a phone's browser algorithm, Google is able to track which particular kind of person wants a particular kind of product. Now, this is what I mean. If, for instance, now you just search, but it has moved beyond. Okay, let me just explain first. If, for instance, now you just search on cars. Okay, let me relate it. Our ladies like dresses, shoes and bags. So if, for instance, I just search on fine bags or how much is this and so bag, you discover that if when you go online, your timeline, your views and everything will be flooded with bags, shoes, even all the adverts that will come to your page is going to be bag and shoes. I don't know if you experienced that, right? So Google Ads have been able to leverage on your phone browser, your data, your algorithm to track what kind of content you need per time, right? That's how it works. So it helps increases visibility, drive traffic, and generate leads through targeted campaigns. So that's how it works. The essence of all of this is to achieve content distribution, make your content visible, go to a wider audience. I think that's about that. Now, how can you measure your performance? How can you make sure that you're not just posting content and at the other end people are not seeing them? How can you ensure that your content are being successful, people are engaging with them, and you're not just throwing away money? Now we have what's known as tracking. You can track your metrics. By this, you can measure how people see, interact, and act on your content, right? You can track your metrics. It's in this class that I mentioned Google Analytics and RF too can help you analyze your engagements. SEMrush as well can help you analyze your engagements, your website, your site, your social media page, and all of that. So um after you've been able to perhaps track the level of engagement that your posts have, as a good content writer or as a good content developer, you should be able to adjust your strategies, see which post went far, which post had the highest number of engagements, and see how you can replicate that in other posts, or you try to assess what you did right, what you did better, or what you didn't do right, or what you didn't do better, and improve on it on your subsequent post. Now, there's some factors that play well for some people. There are some persons that have high level of engagement by evenings, and perhaps maybe you made 3 posts across 3 days, and you saw that the post you made by evening had much engagement. I feel that's the best format you should follow. Or some persons have much engagement with reels, right? Or some persons have better engagement with just graphical images. So you should be able to track and what's your impression like, what's your level of engagement, and tweak your future content to flow with that particular dynamics. So that's what measuring performance is all about. As I mentioned earlier, Google Analytics is one of the best performance tracking tool. You embed your website and all of that. You embed Google Analytics into your website. There's the integration done. So anytime you have a traffic on your website or your web page or your social media page, it tracks it for you. And with that, you can get feedbacks on the performance of your content. Now, what are the tools used for measuring performance? Okay, that's good. We have Google Analytics, as I mentioned. It's popular, it's easy to use, and I feel it's free to you know. There are some other softwares that are paid, but Google Analytics is free and easier to use. I mentioned Sprout Social. I also mentioned Hootsuite Analytics. I also mentioned Busumao. Okay, all of these are different softwares and tools that can use to track your social media engagement, your posts ranking, right? So the summary of this class is effective content distribution and promotion helps you achieve high level of content reach. It also makes you target the right audience through the best and the most suitable channel available per time. Now, if you recall in one of the classes, we made mention of the fact that we should know what kind of products we are. If we are the Instagram kind of products, or if you are selling the LinkedIn kind of service, you should just know which niche, which platform flies well with you, right? If you are the corporate service provider or the incorporate service providers, just know who you are on the basics first. With that, you should know, with that, it's going to guide you on how you can channel your content. If this goes to the paid media, if it's good for the non the free media, if it's good for the print media, you should just know who you are and perhaps where your audience is going to be. Then it's going to help you suit or channel appropriately your content. Then it helps transform well-crafted content into real engagement, increasing visibility and audience trust, right? With you being able to promote your content or distribute them across board, it helps you achieve engagement and visibility. Okay. Then what do you intend to achieve with content distribution and promotion? By this, you strengthen awareness and loyalty. People tend to know your brand. People tend to get comfortable with your brand. Just like for instance, like we make mention of money points. It was like, oh, we know them. Okay, okay, we know them. People are familiar with them. People are comfortable with them because they are a brand to reckon with. Now, if there's another financial operator that people don't really know yet, and you maybe want to do a big business with them, people will be like, are you sure of these people? People will have kind of doubts using their business or patronizing them. So you being in front of social media, making people engage with your brand, get brand awareness and all of that, it's in turn build trust and business growth in the long run. So by this, I've come to the end of my class. I once again sincerely apologize for coming behind schedule, please. And I can assure you this won't happen again. So I'm open to questions, I'm open to observations, I'm open to inputs, I'm open to queries. Thank you very much. Okay. So please, Ekanem, do you have any question for me? Emmanuel, did you understand the class perfectly? Do you have any place you need clarifications? Okay, Obasi, by that I should understand that you have no questions for me. Okay, I sincerely appreciate everyone for coming to class despite the fact that it's weekend. I'm sure you had value for your time, and I hope going forward we're going to achieve greater things together. Please keep faith with analytic analytical heaven, as we are poised to give you quality service delivery and quality training. Have a nice time. Thank you guys. Good evening.